Now, do you remember this? A few weeks ago, brown liquid bubbling up at Ruislip Rugby Club after tunnels were bored for HS2. Before that, foam had appeared on the pitch there. Well, now it's happened for a third time, with sand, cement and water rising to the surface. Our environment correspondent Tom Edwards has the story.
At Ruislip Rugby Club, just beyond the pitches, there are now extra fences, monitoring equipment and a small depression in the ground. One area has also been cordoned off with plastic sheeting. This is where a third tunnelling incident happened. Cement, sand and water, grout, was wrongly pumped to the surface from the tunnel below through a hole that had been drilled by workers to check ground conditions. At the rugby club, there is some worry.
The reality is it does cause further concerns because you've got local residents, rugby club members asking the question. We're obviously now in the press and you know, on TV and the newspapers. They're naturally concerned. What's going on? Is it safe?
This is what happened on March the 20th. Brown liquid bubbled up. HS2 says it was air and water. There was also another incident in February. Residents nearby say they have been reassured, but there are concerns. Are you worried?
Since you mentioned the sinkhole in the rugby hall, probably is a bit of a concern, to be fair, but I haven't been worried, if I'm honest with you. I think that's just because infrastructure these days, you kind of trust them, right? So you think technology these days is advanced enough for them to do things correctly.
We had a good survey around. He spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours with us, going through everything, and he just said any cracks or anything like that, you get in touch with us and we come back and check it all out again.
In October, we saw the launch of the tunnel boring machines in West Ruislip. They're heading now for Old Oak Common. HS2 says this ground is challenging as it's sand on clay here. It's now using a different tunnelling fluid which should help. Monitoring equipment is also on nearby tube and rail lines. This is the line of the HS2 tunnel, and below us, 15 metres down, are 2 tunnel boring machines. Now, HS2 have told us that they've been paused twice now due to the issues here, although one of them has since started again. Environmental campaigners have many concerns about HS2's approach. What was in the liquid on March the 20th? And what has happened to the underground rocks that store water?
10 years ago, when we started on the consultation with the Environment Agency and HS2, we were very concerned that the aquifer would be damaged by what goes on within the tunnel. And the tunnel has a lot of fluid running around in it, and it's under pressure, and that's going to find its way into cracks and holes. And what's happened here is a fantastic demonstration of exactly what our worries were at the time. And we're still worried because there's a lot more tunnelling to be done. We're not sure what damage has already been done.
The tunnel is just about to be bored under a whole street of houses who are built on the same strata and the same geology as this. And if there's subsidence here, there's going to be subsidence there.
No one from HS2 was available for interview. It has apologised for the grouting error, which it says has now been cleared up, and says the site is safe. Monitoring for movement will continue, and continuous mining will restart, it says, once the new method has been assured. But here, there's still uncertainty and concern. Tom Edwards, BBC London.